Everybody, we are just outside of Edinburgh. Hey everybody, so this is Cramond Island, and as you could immediately tell, I have problems with the audio, and now this video has become a hump to me because I need to get it edited, but because the audio is not very good, I keep putting myself off editing it because of all the videos I did when I was away. This was my favourite to film. I thought this was such a fascinating place. So I'm doing a voiceover and I want to get it done because I really need to get past this video and delaying doing the editing of this video. Cramond Island is a fascinating place. It's not far from Edinburgh, and I believe you can get a bus here from Edinburgh. So that's just a little bit of info. You can pause and read if you like. I will get into some of the information. There's some old pictures there, which I can't find many old pictures of this place at all. In fact, I can't find any of the actual island. But I'll get into some of the history. Some people get marooned on the island, and some people deliberately get marooned on the island. I don't know why, but yes, nothing like wasting resources. People stay on the island to get marooned, to stay there, then realise they don't want to be there, so they ask to get saved. But some people do camp. People are camping when I go over. So yeah, like you can only get to this island at low tide. It gets cut off from the mainland, and me being ultra cautious, I have gone at very low tide. I don't want to risk anything, and I'm about 6 hours before high tide, but when I get over to the island I do notice everybody leaves, and I mean, I don't think I smell particularly bad, but I was getting very concerned. But no, just check the tide times. I think this is about 6:30 in the morning. Beautiful day, as you can see. So these pylons that you see all the way around, they were defence. They were defence from the sea. They were defence from boats and submarines. And I've read dates from, they were First World War and Second World War. So if you know which war they were put up for, please let me know. I thought World War II, but I have seen somebody else say World War One. I interested in World War II, but I'm certainly not an expert, so I couldn't confirm either to you. The walk to the island. Oh, I skipped a large chunk, that's handy. I've edited the bits and now I'm just talking over it, so. The walk to the island, I would say slightly less than a mile, so it is a fair old walk. I was getting really concerned because The last time I did World War II, I'll put a little link, you'll notice I fell over. And I don't know if I've spoken about this. I lost my confidence with walking. Has this ever happened to anybody? I wasn't trusting me walking whatsoever. And doing this regained my confidence because I ended up getting fed up. And I just said, right, I'm over this. And because I needed to get to things and I needed to step down and be in precarious situations. So this video helps me personally. Because I was here and I was looking at that and I was like, I'm not getting up there. And obviously there's a path and there's nothing to this getting up there, but that's how much my confidence was shot by walking. I wasn't a fan of having to find a hospital in Glasgow to get my legs seen to. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I seem to be here a long time. But yeah, I'll get into some of the history as much as I can. It was fortified in World War One and then again in World War Two. There's gun placements and there was a spotlight. The spotlight swept along the whole causeway and lit it all up. There was never any action here. Through research, I've not read that any shots were ever fired from here. But when you get up into I get up to there in a second, and I can see my little scrolly bar. I'm getting there now. You just think the amount of hours people would have been here for our defence. That's just bonkers. It's a beautiful place, but I imagine in the winter in Scotland, it's not. I don't know. I always just think when I'm at these places, like I go in and I've got an interest and I'm there so I'm in here for about 5 minutes, and you go, oh, that's cool, and you leave and you go, oh, that's really cool in there, and really cool looking around. Imagine the amount of hours somebody would have been just waiting in there. You can see all these little gun placements at the bottom. What a beautiful view. It was an unbelievably nice day. I'm in Scotland, and I was in Scotland for 2 weeks, and it was like 20 degrees every day. And it was like May, June, not even the height of summer. I'm just reading through my notes, and I'm reading that the brick building at the southern end was where the spotlight that swept along the causeway. So this building here must have been where the spotlight was. When I walked over, I thought like I could only see this building, so I was like, oh, this really. Don't get me wrong, I was really interested in that one building and the pylons anyway. But then you go to the other side and there's lots of stuff on this island. If you're into World War II history and relics of World War II, really interesting spot for you. The other end, the opposite end to this building, is where all the guns would have been, all the bunkers and the gun emplacements. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'll try and keep doing a voiceover because I don't want to leave you with the bad audio. I have learnt, we all learn things, don't we, as we go along. I've learnt not to rely on GoPro and audio because the stuff you upload, it doesn't look like what I'm looking at now. I've got a very crisp, brilliant image, and when you put it on YouTube, it just looks awful. It's really disheartening because it just has to do with how popular your channel is and what blooming code they upload your video on. It is really weird. YouTube. Brr. But yeah, I'm just going to go back to a proper camera. GoPros are so much easier to carry, but really frustrating me. It is a weird place to be. Really interesting. I can't stress, like, with the graffiti, just you can only get there at certain times of the day. The old buildings, the sea, and on this day the beautiful sky, sunshine. So it's a weird, interesting place to be. I think the audio picks up a little bit here, so let's see.
Another island over there. Load of islands. I wonder if they're all fortified. I imagine they were, surely. I don't know. I've absolutely no idea what this is.
So just by listening to that, I can tell that the audio that I use, the wireless mic, it's just not connected. So I'm on GoPro audio, that's the problem. That weird muffly sound, that's just a GoPro moving, it's crap. So I'll say on doing the voiceovers, they do clear up. This whole day the audio is like this for my other 2 videos. I've decided not to do one, but the rest of the trip they seem okay again. Just really frustrating. It would have been nice because you have the waves and stuff in the background on this video. It would be better than me, unfortunately. But so from here, and it being such a clear day, you can see, you probably can't because I'm on a GoPro, but with the eye you can see the 3 Forth bridges. You can see Edinburgh, which will be to this side over there. That'll be Edinburgh over there. You can see that island, Inchcombe Island. Have I got that right? That was fortified as well. I didn't know that until doing my research post video. I don't know if there's anything on that island that you can see, but there also would have been a submarine net stretching across the 2 islands. So this is when I really started enjoying filming this video. I thought, I'm such a water person, and I think it's probably me because I could see water. I just loved coming in. You could see, I didn't realise any of this was here. The pictures you see, the pylons and the brick building that I went to first. I'm trying to. This is when I said about having confidence or walking. This is what I'm thinking. How the hell do I get out? So I'm on the roofs, and these would have been all the guns and stuff would have been on this side. So these all would have been gun bunkers. Again, I'm not saying I am an expert, just an interest. If I am wrong, please just drop me a comment. So I end up taking the long way round to get down, instead of just jumping down there, which is what I would normally do. And if I remember, I am talking about, because I'm in a fairly jolly mood, and sometimes you get lonely doing these videos, and the amount of footage I cut out of me just talking to the camera, like the camera's a human, quite weird. I'm talking about how I'm getting injured so much doing these damn videos. I end up thinking it's because I'm looking at the camera and trying to work out what the camera's going to see. I'm not looking at my feet. I end up getting grumpy because I'm being very tentative, and this is when I come out of my not confident walking phase. I just end up jumping down here. I don't believe I film it, but I've gone the long way round and it's not any easier, so I ended up getting stung a few times and it's a lot easier. So this is me, I've just jumped down and then I see there's a nice concrete path down there, which would have been a lot easier to take. Again, I'm gonna, people get annoyed by the voice, people get annoyed by everything on YouTube, but I'll say with the voiceover just because I really detest the GoPro audio. I don't know, unfortunately, what these buildings are, and I would love for people to tell me. I couldn't find any reports online about anybody that had worked at the island. I couldn't find any old pictures. It's really quite strange. Maybe because it's become such a popular, like, urban-y, abandoned place. All the pictures over the last few years, and its gradual decay, which I appreciate people are into, but when it was a functioning, working, either World War place, it probably would be interesting to see what it was like, but I can't see anything even worthwhile putting on this video over the top, which I normally do. Yeah, so people really have taken to graffiti. That's the Cramond Island over there. Old door, which fascinates me. Isn't it strange what fascinates you when you're somewhere weird? So yeah, like I was saying, there's people camping over here, and I thought that's a great idea to camp over here. You're like proper closed off. You literally, nothing can get to you on the island. You're closed off from civilization. I kind of think it would be a cool place to camp. It's the people that go over to get marooned and then go, oh, I don't want to be marooned and has to be rescued. You just need to check tide times. Unless you want to camp. I don't know if you're allowed to, but if you want to, I can't imagine there's going to be much opposition to stop you. Yeah, just the notice board at the start will tell you the tide times. You can just check online. That's what I did. A lot of the information notice boards that are on the island have been taken out, which you can see the tent over there, which I didn't understand. So there's places for all these notice boards, which it's hard to get information on Cramond Island. To me, the information I've given you on here is all very easy to get, but better information of if it was actually guns were fired here or anything. I know there was no action, there was no attack, obviously. History would tell us that. But any kind of information on what happened here, it would have been interesting to have more information in the notice boards. I don't know why they've been taken down. I didn't ever think this was like a deep secret of Edinburgh. I knew it would be fairly popular, but I don't know if it's become so popular that people are just taken to destroying stuff. I don't know. But yeah, really good, interesting place. If you're watching this, you're into this kind of stuff. If you're in Edinburgh, it's easy to get to. Cramond, the village, is interesting. Very quaint. Has Scotland's smallest art museum. I'm not much into art, unfortunately, but it's a nice little quaint village as well. It's good for a day. The island before the war and after the war is basically what you can see now. It's always been pretty deserted. It was used as a summer vacation spot in the Victorian era. And it was used by shepherds. But it's always been a fairly deserted island, and now it has its own weird, it is a weird atmosphere when you're there. Loved filming this video. I'm sorry the audio didn't work, and you've had to have my voiceover, which I'm not a big fan of doing. But if you're still watching, thank you very much. I will be back soon. I'm pleased I'm over this video. Honestly, it's taken me over a week to get to it because I knew the audio was bad. It's bad on the next one as well, but after that we're fine. Thanks again.